change its name to. Well, you don't with Jeeves either, do you?
No.
Oh, because that's perfect.
Make it some kind of goblin and you get a cut.
Oh, is Crinkle, are you tanking?
Yep.
Cool.
Almost 70, almost there. Are you putting your stream up today, Ren?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing it right now and getting my socials out at the same
Okay.
time.
Okay.
And we are live and out on Twitter. And now doing the same on Facebook, or as they say in Mexico, Facebook. La Facebook. Alright, I've had breakfast. I'm on cup of coffee number 4. I've watched the first 2 episodes of Andor, so I'm properly Star Wars'd, and I'm ready to go.
All right,
Good to go.
let's do it.
Gonna be awesome. Hopefully the dungeon run and the quests will be enough to get my 45%.
You'll need more than one. And how many quests do you have?
2.
Yeah, maybe.
Who's healing? The cannibal? There he is. I cannot hit this guy. I don't know if I'm bugged or what.
Go.
Anyway, what's up, everybody? Getting live. We're doing another stream this morning. An unexpected stream. Gonna help Sparrow get to level 70 today, and possibly Nathan along the way with his secondary paladin. If you like what you see here today, don't forget to support the channel with a super chat or a sticker.
Yeah, how does one get the field repair bot?
And of course, you can join us as a member of the Adventurers Guild as
You
well
have to be
down
an
below.
engineer and then build them.
We're
Oh,
going
it's
to wait
an
towards the end of the
engineering
month here. We're in the
skill.
back
Okay,
half
that
of the
makes
month.
sense.
We're a little more than halfway to our goal of $700.
Yeah, the first one you get,
So
you
if
have
you can
to
contribute,
do Black
the
Rock
lights on.
Depths and the plans on
If
the
you like
floor.
me being full
Do you remember
time,
that one fight with the 2 golems or 3
don't
golems?
forget to support, because that's
Yeah.
how I stay full time. Because
Yeah,
if I have to go get another
and then
job,
there's,
I
like,
won't be able to
the
stream as much
orc
as I do.
there.
So if you like what you see,
You have
contribute.
to kill him, and the plans are on the floor.
Ryan says, I've been loving pre-patch so far, living a Horde, Pellar, and Moncrick. It's a blast. Good. I
You need
love
300
pre-patch as well.
engineering to pick it up.
Rat Shadow.
And then the second one, I don't remember. I think it's just a train. Crink might know.
That's what you were looking for earlier, right, Sparrow?
Yeah, I'd been greeting on those the whole time.
Yeah, need on those through faction, yeah.
Other for faction. Yeah, I was reading on them too.
Well, it depends on who you've aligned with, but that's the Aldor
Aldor.
side, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
went
what I picked.
Scryers, so I'm getting all the books.
What LOS these guys?
Mhm. How is your son doing, Nathan? He did okay with the.
Yeah, he's recovering. The wife decided one more day of no school, so he's home today. What's funny is yesterday he was home. I didn't know because he was just in his room, dead silent. My wife didn't tell me. I had no idea he was home. I went to go pick him up yesterday. Like,
No
I was
way.
waiting in the parking lot, like, where the heck is he?
He's sick?
Yeah, he's getting better though.
That's good.
It's dangerous when he gets sick. There's a lot of pre-existing conditions.
Oh, autoimmune stuff, or?
Yeah. Well, sorta. He's got a. He almost had to get the. I'm sorry, it's been years. It was when he was 3 years old, but he had to basically have intestinal surgery.
Okay.
And it made it to where it doesn't hold, can't absorb liquid as well as most people do.
Mm-hmm.
He wastes most of it. So he has to drink a lot. So when he gets sick, any kind of sickness.
Oh, that's unfortunate, yeah, because you need more liquids anyway when you're sick.
Yeah, and he needs like triple to actually for his body to get what he needs.
Those are those fearing guys, right?
Yep.
Heard that.
What's up, Goose and a Pulse? Yep. Well, the Hunter's already level 70, so I'm helping some other people level today.
My non-fear is down for 3 minutes.
He feared me into the corner.
Too far away.
boss back there looks pretty cool, all stealthed up with his wings outstretched.
Mm-hmm. That Death Knight pole is so handy.
I'm out of range.
Do not grow
Nice.
confident, mortal.
Ooh, man.
The spy should be down this hallway then for you, Sparrow.
Like, which way did the group go?
This
It's
this way here.
okay.
Yeah, just you can run down to the end of the tunnel. There's nothing down there. Just a quest.
Got it. Awesome. Accepted. We don't let him out? Poor guy's still stuck in a cage.
Maybe he's like a werewolf and we don't want him out of the cage.
Are you
You
saying
never
that because
know.
you know that?
No.
Only 25% more.
Oh, you might actually get it.
I hope so. I'm actually gobsmacked. I'll make it before the. I did not think I'd make it. I thought I'd have to boost. Crazy.
Power of addiction.
I think in this case for me it's the power of having Nathan to group with every day, because Bounty just couldn't do that every day.
Yeah, we had lots of fun too.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know if you guys saw, but I rubbed off on her. I don't know if you guys saw our new video.
Yes, I definitely was
love that.
channeling my Nathan Napalm. For
I
sure.
love those scenes where you're blown away by the wind and then you flip your hair. That's my favorite. That's my favorite part. Like
Yeah.
I play the song often, but I look back when I see that part that's coming up because I love this. So well done.
Aw, thanks, Nathan.
Yep, as I put in the comments, that was most excellent.
Most excellent. Thank
Really
you.
was. Really was.
I appreciate it. It is kind of terrifying to go out and be silly and funny and,
Yeah.
just put yourself out there. And I'm a pretty serious person most of the time, so it was fun. Sarah and Aaron Ellis did really well, I thought, with the words.
Yeah.
They did all
Yeah.
the writing for it. Crow and I came in after and just helped tweak and adjust and things, but they did the bulk of the writing and the creativity behind it. So and Sarah was definitely our taskmaster. She kept us online and giving us dates and getting things done. Oh, people keep dinging. My heart skips a beat. Who dinged? Was that Sorensen?
No, it's my pet. I got a new pet, so he's going crazy.
Oh.
How close are you, Sparrow, roughly?
25?
25%.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. About to happen.
I know.
You'll be max level for a whole week.
A whole week. Be on top of the world, and then it's back to being a freshman.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Joey got almost halfway today. Maybe he did get halfway, I'm not quite sure.
Super glad we made it.
Yeah, I mean, down to the wire for... But it was done. It was completed. I'm
Yep.
so ready to be done with these 3 o'clock in the morning wake-ups.
Yeah, I'd say so. That'd
Oh,
be
we
sweet.
got a
Assassin.
rogue.
And then next week I immediately go into 2 all-nighters in the same week.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are nuts. Nuts, I say.
There's something happening right there that I'm not allowed to talk about as well.
Hmm?
Oh, during the same time period?
Yep. It's
But
under NDA. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Is it outside of the 2... but it's at least outside of the 2 nights that we have, right?
Yeah, it's not during
Yes.
those. It's very close though.
Yeah. It's like, oh. He's gonna say something? Uh-oh.
Nope, nope, not gonna say anything because
So
it's
here's-
under NDA.
Here's a question I have. How is it under NDA when Carnage has publicly announced what he's doing and when he's
No,
doing it?
he doesn't give a date.
You didn't say when exactly. I don't. Why is it under NDA?
That's stupid.
Anyway, it is.
Yeah, that's silly.
I'm not gonna say what game it is either, but
No.
it is under NDA. Got their reasons.
All of us know entirely too much all the time. It's nice to be surprised sometimes.
Every time I don't know the reason why, my dad always said this when I was young. I always think about it. He says, "Remember that time that God told everybody to spread out across the earth, and everybody was like, why? We're stronger in numbers." He was like, "Just do what I say," and they wouldn't do it, and then he forced them to do it, and he was like, "You realize it was probably because the tectonic plates were moving and shifting." But like, he didn't have to explain himself. Just do what I say. You know what I mean? I think of that often when I don't know the reason.
Yeah. And we haven't changed much in thousands of years.
Nope. Nope. Yeah, I'll publicly announce when I get my Coca-Cola deal, guys. Don't worry. But I am drinking a Pepsi today because I'm not under a contract yet. I find Pepsi a little better when your throat hurts.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I do. Uh-oh, I'm gonna heal. I'm probably accidentally taunted. I'm gonna take that off my hotbar after this.
Oh, I see those purple sparkly things. I can finally harvest them.
Oh, rogue on me.
Okay.
Oh, where are you?
Can't even drink in this place. Jeez.
Oh, I didn't know that. You can play Classic for free until level 20.
Oh,
I didn't
nice.
know that either.
That's what Vaughn's saying in chat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can create a starter account and play WoW for the level.
I couldn't even download it without a subscription.
Yeah, I wouldn't let me.
Classic, you need a subscription, but retail, you can go up to level 20.
Okay, is that maybe the confusion?
But you have to. The thing is, you can't do it on an active account. It's only new accounts.
Right, new accounts. Okay, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just need one more of those purpley things.
Yeah, there's going to be a hallway that's going to have tons of them.
Perfect.
Remember to blow your cooldowns on this guy.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
This is going to be fun, especially if we'll see who lives.
It's always a
Probably
fun.
probably not me, because I'm over
You'll be
65.
sorry.
Whee!
Time for fun.
Here it goes.
My gosh, she charmed like all of us.
Yeah, I'm killing Sorensen.
I'm
me
hitting the
too.
tank.
Come on.
It's a fun fight, though.
It's a quest. Nice.
I can make a styling purple hat now.
Most excellent. Purple. Do the acolytes heal?
Yep, they sure do.
Yeah. Heal.
I need to target something first.
Yeah, Fractured last night was actually quite a bit of fun with a big group. I could see how it'd be frustrating with maybe just playing by yourself or
To do what now would be
the
frustrating?
Fractured to play by yourself.
Oh yeah, I didn't like it Fractured, but I had fun with the group. I still
Mhm.
think that it's a weak MMO and a decent survival game. There are no NPCs. If you don't got NPCs, I'm gonna be a little petty. I'm gonna be real petty about it.
Right. Isn't this in an alpha though? Like that's what I'm not understanding.
It's early access. They already
Which-
had alpha. I was part of their alpha. They had alpha. They had beta. This is
See,
they're considering the early access beyond beta, which is still better than saying it's launched. And you know what I'm saying?
but that makes no sense to me. To me, early access means the game's done and you're getting in before other people.
that's what it used to mean.
Right.
Now it means
Because that makes sense.
Now it means like, hey, we're not done yet.
We're
but
in
we're
alpha.
Gonna let you play.
We're
Yeah,
alpha. We're maybe beta.
Yeah, we're somewhere in that range.
Well, I mean, it feels like an alpha, but you're saying they already had alpha.
Well, I can't really. It's hard for me to attack them calling it early access when I'm also at the same time saying that that's what they should call the launch of Embers Adrift, right? So I'm kind of pinned here. I don't know what to say. I think that calling it early access is better than calling it launch. I'll say that.
If you are not feature complete, you are not launched. You are in some form.
Right.
You're either you're in some form of. That's from a theoretical standpoint, the way it's always traditionally been. Feature complete, but polishing is beta. Continuing to add
Right.
features is alpha. Either one of those stages, alpha or beta, can be considered early access.
True, because you can pay as long as you can pay your way to play. You technically are early access, no matter the state, in my opinion. Because you are getting early access, technically. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but to
yeah.
call it early access, I agree. I think the ideal scenario is we think our game is done. However, we're not ready to really say it's done until we get tons of testing. And then, we can see what kind of issues there are. Shouldn't be adding
You're
features.
done. You don't
so.
need testing.
I
weird.
disagree. You always need testing. Testing never ends for an MMO.
Not in that sense of you're going to add more stuff after
Thank
they
you.
tell you
Thank
and change
you.
things.
Now that
yes.
means your features aren't in. Yeah.
That's I've called out a few games for that in recent history, one of which was just mentioned a minute ago, because they claimed at the beginning of the year that they were going into beta and they still hadn't even added in things like alchemy and other zones and dungeons, and yet they're calling it a beta? No,
Yeah,
beta
that's
is
nuts.
feature complete, zones complete. You are polishing and adding optimization to your game to get it ready for launch.
Yeah, and you're hoping people aren't
Or-
finding bugs. Like, that
or-
should already be out.
I would argue that if you have a feature in your game that you need a huge mass of people to test, and that's the reason it's not in the game yet, that would be okay to be in beta too. Especially if you know that you need that. Beta's when you're going to get that many people, right? So, for example, I can't think of a game currently in development that would need this, but like, let's say a big, huge world PvP type game. They may not have all their PvP abilities in yet because they need 100 versus 100 versus 100. You know what I mean? So they may go into beta before they add those features in to get data. You know what I mean? I can see that.
To me, that would still be alpha then, though, if you don't have a system in. Just because you need lots of people to put your system in doesn't make it not beta.
Yeah, but with
To me.
tiers, with the way that we do things these days, where there's different tiers of getting into play, I could see that they would have no other choice than to call it beta so they could get all the more people in so they could test it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about specific MMO here. I'm talking about an imaginary one, by the way. I'm just saying I can think of some scenarios where, because of the way that we've structured things these days, they may want to just call it a beta. And technically, all the features aren't there.
It seems like people just want to rush everything out and call it something it's not to get more money.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's what it
is.
sounds like.
Well, yeah, that's of course what it's all
If you're
about,
not
yeah.
funded by investors, it's all it is marketing and various phrasings.
True.
Because it's easy to say, yeah, that's what they used to call it. Now we call it this because we want to make money from it.
So that's where it comes down to, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll make an offering of your blood.
that's not on the up and up.
Come to my aid. Heed your master now.
In my opinion.
Someone in chat's asking an interesting question, which is, how is it that a billion-dollar company like Amazon put out a game like New World? inexperience is what I would say.
What?
First game out on the market, and it was an MMO. Well, that's not technically true. They'd released another game prior, but first MMO on the market, inexperienced team, and
See, I don't
they didn't use their money. I guess you could say they mismanaged a bit, but it looks like from everything I've seen that with the new, I don't know if they're calling it expansion or not, but whatever they are calling it, the new gargantuan area they're adding and fixing up the new player experience. It looks like they've learned since then.
See, I just don't agree with people who say that New World was a failure. I mean, that's
No, it made a ton of money.
Well, that's why when I hear those types of questions, it's people who are making the assumption that the game failed, and it's like
it's not dead. That's a stupid thing. People say World of Warcraft's dead. People were saying Classic was dead.
Yeah.
Right before Wrath pre-patch came out. And you guys saw us playing. There was Stormwind was filled with people. You could barely get to the mailbox. And retail's the same way. They say retail's dead. No, it's not. Every time I log on, there's people freaking everywhere, and I'm just on some random server. I'm not on some big mega server.
Well, I'm reading the comment on your chat, and the guy Michael said, "New World was an awful broken state. It's such an awful broken state that it I gotta read that it killed it in year one." That's just not true. The game was not in a broken state when it launched. There were
you
features.
Can understand why he might think that.
Right, there were a lot of features that some people didn't like, but the game wasn't broken. There were some
As
bugs.
intended.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think we're forgetting some. People were literally duping.
There were bugs.
The auction house was broken.
But those are normal for any launched game.
It's a very economy-based game, so I would say at times it was pretty broken. You literally couldn't hardly play the game because the major features were literally not in the game. So I would say it worked in a sense that you could technically log in and play. I think they had a fairly good launch compared to most MMOs.
Yeah,
those
but every
at
MMO,
the beginning.
yeah, every MMO launches with bugs.
Sure. I agree.
I'm just finding myself disagreeing.
I think everybody just expected higher expectations because
Yes.
it was how much money they had.
I just keep, and maybe it's just the friction that I have from being on the developer side of things, but I keep seeing people make the assumption that New World was a failure because of X, Y, and Z, and it's like, the game didn't fail. It made all the money it needed to make, and I don't think it necessarily hit all the benchmarks that they internally wanted, which we don't know because we aren't privy to that information. But from industry standard numbers, it's performing as well as any other game on the market. To claim that it was killed because of bugs, I think displays well, I just can't get behind that mentality. It's the same people who say that every game that comes out is a failure because I don't like X, Y, or Z features.
Yeah.
Look, it lost 90% of its player base. Every game loses 90% of its player base.
Sure. Yeah.
Even World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that part of it's normal. You can gain them back during really, really good times. Like Wrath of the Lich King was a big peak for World of Warcraft. Now, I saw a video that proved that it was not the largest peak in players, though. That's just how people feel. It's not actually true. Cataclysm actually had more concurrent users than Lich, and there may have been ones after it. I'm not sure. I would dare to say that Legion was. It seemed like everybody was back. I don't know the numbers, but and nobody knows the numbers of WoW currently today. Everybody's guessing. So when people say there's 1.5 million, I get it. That's out there. People say it. It's not true. We have no idea. I would actually estimate it's probably somewhere closer to 3 to 4 million currently.
I would I think that's a good ballpark. Well, I think Yoshi P said it very well when talking about Final Fantasy from the dev side of things, is that regardless of how many people you have, regardless of how many you retain, people play in a cyclical nature these days. They're going to come in, they're going to go away. They're going to come in, they're going to go away. They're going to come in, they're going to go away. And you have to just deal with that reality. But to try to claim that a game has failed because people are on a cycle where they're out playing World of Warcraft or Star Wars Republic, that's just not true.
Yeah. We just have a weird way of looking at things today. But, as Click said in chat, it is true that, like, for how much money they had and what we got in New World, there was something wrong. The town's being reused, just kind of flipped around, same assets, literally same buildings.
Yeah, but
Lack of content. I mean, those are all.
I could run you through any. I mean, if you start taking a look at any MMORPG that's ever been developed, they reuse assets like the dickens.
Yeah,
it's
but did
man
you
hours.
play New World, dude? I mean,
Yeah.
this was really bad. Like all the towns literally.
Yeah, they looked exactly the same. It was a very boring. I didn't like. It was kind of like I felt like it was like Mass Effect 1. For those who ever played Mass Effect 1, the storyline was great. The art department not so good because they just reused the same internal layout and assets for like every single of those little story instances that you did. When they got to the second game, they did a little more with the art department, but they still had a lot of reused assets. And that's they particularly, my brother and I always love to laugh when we hit Lotro because there's a fallen down tree that's used as a bridge across like waterways and etc. that we've seen probably 50 times at this point through all the various expansions. I haven't been playing WoW long enough to highlight those, but I know there's like I've seen a couple of torches that are used everywhere in the human settlements. So that's a normal. It's whether or not you see it. That's the difference.
It didn't feel like we got our money's, or it didn't feel like that for how much they spent and how much money they have that we got a good value out of it. I don't know. There was something definitely weird. I think that just threw a lot of people off. Whoops. Dang it, why did I do that?
Make it.
Oh, summon me in. I don't want to be close to you.
Just come snuggle. Run, I'm in the air. Oh, I didn't make it that time.
No, I didn't either. I was trying to heal.
Huh. Very nice. Was it a... No, that was a res, not a ding.
Need about 7 or 8%.
Oh, the quests will probably get you that.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Did you get all your
Purples?
purple thingies?
I did. I did.
You know, part of the problem with New World is that they switched gears so late.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They went from a PvP centric, and then they tried to add all these PvE elements, and it was obviously rushed. You know, they had to do what they could to try and get it out. They were getting
That's
so much
very true.
pressure then too.
To launch.
Yeah, because how many times they had their testing cycles, and you had half the people saying, just launch it already, I want to play it, I don't want to reset my character again. And then the other half that were like, don't launch it, it's not ready.
I would like to see numbers to see how many, the percentage of people that play PvP of them who liked it, and then PvE folks like myself who didn't like it because it wasn't up to their expectations of what PvE should be.
At least at the time of launch, it seemed as though the consensus was the PvP people were having a lot of fun.
Yes.
There you go.
Now, I don't know how long it lasted. I don't know what kind of issues they found as they dug deeper. I don't know all that. But I do know that at launch, I was paying a lot of attention to that crowd in forums, etc. And they were pretty psyched. There was a lot of videos being launched, people like finding different strategies and It seemed like they were having a lot of fun with the PvP end of
All right,
it.
so they hit their market that they intended to hit.
Because they probably spent more actual
Dev
investment
time.
on
Yep.
it. Because
Mhm.
like Maduro said, that's something people easily forget. Is I don't remember how long, but it wasn't that long. It was like, hey, we're pushing it back 6 months, 8 months. I don't remember. So that we can add all these PVE things you want. And the vision technically changed. Now that's where they made their mistake. Now, mistake I say by that's why it felt so weird. But
Right.
it maybe wasn't a mistake because maybe they made more money. I don't
Exactly.
know. We
Exactly.
don't have the data to compare. So
There was some PvE people that did like it, just because maybe
I did.
PvE in general didn't like it.
Yeah.
we had fun for a long time.
I-
I mean,
We
I
had
don't
fun.
remember, but we played for
I
2
played for
months,
about
maybe?
3 weeks. I didn't play that long. I played for 3 weeks. I had fun. Ultimately, what drove me away was none of the game, like, it was the repeatable fetch quests from the board and the faction merchant and the lack of a coherent storyline. And I realized by level 30 after like 3 weeks, I was like, I'm going to be grinding repeatable quests for the next 2 months to get to cap. I don't want to do that. And I left.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
other than that, I had fun for the few weeks that I played until I realized that that was their version of a grind, which is not the way I like to play. But I don't consider it a failed game just because I didn't like it. It was
Yeah.
you know what? I got my money's worth for sure because I think when I did my video, I was up to like 60 hours in or something, and I felt like I had given it its fair shake, and I got my money's worth. So I didn't feel ripped off or anything like that.
Yeah.
Where do
felt
I
like
hand these in?
Got my money's worth too.
I'm back in Shadrath.
Probably
I mean, they
chat.
didn't even
Okay.
charge a full price, did they? Wouldn't it? It's like $30.
$40, I
even
think.
when it launched. 40
It's
was
like
Should I
40.
port back to hand it in?
I mean, that's the quickest, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that's where you guys were headed or.
Their dungeons were pretty neat though, huh?
Yeah, and the mechanics were fun, and visually they looked really, really good. The dungeons.
Yes.
I remember the
And they
first
were fun. The
that
mechanics
first
were
one.
awesome.
We got our asses handed to us that
Yeah,
first
we did
dungeon.
too.
That boss mob would punch you around, and then it spawns all the eggs, and he pukes on the floor, and you know you got to run around and avoid the puke, and then the mobs can eat the puke, and then they heal him, and it's like ah. I mean, that was a rough like first
Yeah.
dungeon. It was like, hey, we're just gonna throw you at this. Die.
Do I need to follow you guys, by the way? Is it okay if I just stay here? Or are we coming back?
I'm
we
not. I mean, I was here to help get the ding. She'll get the ding upon quest turn in. I gotta head out because I got a lot of work to do
Okay.
today. But I'm gonna hang out for a few more minutes more.
Right. I don't see the quests and. Oh, it must be in the center there.
I like the dungeon that had the trap puzzle. Like you had to get around those beams. Oh man, I'll never forget. I was playing with a bunch of people from Pantheon. I know Desrin was in the group.
Mhm.
We had one guy that kept getting nailed by those laser beams. Felt so bad.
My only complaint about them is that the dungeons is that you didn't get a lot of XP
State your
for
business.
going through them.
We will have justice.
Very little.
Yeah.
Farewell.
For
Our
sure.
enemies will
Ding!
fall.
Congrats.
There it is.
There it
Keep
is.
your wits about you.
There it is. Last ding until we're
The
playing in
reckoning
Wrath.
is at hand.
Till next Thursday.
Oh,
Somewhere
yes.
in Northrend next time you ding.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, congrats. Congrats, Sparrow.
Feels good. Feels good. Gonna go get my new abilities, all that.
Now we're gonna plan to Brewfest.
Mm.
Gotta do some of that Brewfest. Because isn't there an epic mount you can get only during this event?
Yep.
Is it really difficult?
It's a 2% drop rate on the boss. But what you
Okay.
can do is you go in with a full group.
Uh-huh.
One person grabs the quest. You kill him, loot, and then the next person grabs the quest. Because the quest giver is right outside the room where he's at. So you go into Blackrock Depths instance. On the right-hand side, there's 3 like level 70 Dark Iron Dwarves you kill, and they have these little consoles that are in front of them. You click that, and it summons a mole machine to takes you down to the Grim Guzzler, which is that tavern. And then right outside the room that it spawns you in is the quest giver. So just one person takes it at a time. He respawns like almost immediately after you kill him. And then the next person grabs it, you kill him, loot him. He drops an epic trinket every time, but it's
Okay.
random which one.
Okay.
But it's, I mean, the trinkets are really good for all classes. And then he has a chance of dropping a remote control that will allow you to port down. It ports your whole group down to the Grim Guzzler from anywhere in the world.
Mm.
And then that's a pretty low drop chance, and then the lowest is the mounts. There's the Ram mount and the Brewfest Kodo that he drops.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this mount. Yeah, you were telling me about it the other day. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Crinkled link the remote.
All I get from my kitty form is shred upgrade. That's it for 70. Ooh, hiss.
All right, folks. I've been up since 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna go hit the hay. Have fun today. I'll be back tonight around 5 if everybody's gonna be around for WoW stuff tonight.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Thanks again.
Yeah. See you guys.
Yep. Thanks, man. Wait.
What?
Wait. WoW stuff tonight.
What is tonight?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm doing WoW stuff tonight at 5 o'clock.
Okay. I see.
So
Okay.
I've been playing WoW on Wednesday nights for like the past couple of months. So
Okay,
if any
Okay.
of you are around tonight that want to do stuff, I'll be around to do stuff with. But yeah, the static group stuff's tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I don't have my days mixed up. It's been a
No,
weird
and
week.
tomorrow,
Kid
before I
sick,
go,
so-
because I'm still half asleep. We did the socials yesterday, but to remind everyone, tomorrow is the first episode of our new podcast happening at 6 p.m. Central.
Oh yeah.
So Nathan and I you and I will probably meet up a little bit before that to get all the displays stuff and pick a topic. But that's going to be over on the Weave and Void Twitch channel. We're going to be talking tabletop, MMORPGs, games and stuff. Having other people on the show from time to time. But it's going to be a MMORPG gaming tabletop podcast about lots of fun topics where people have different points of views, so that we can get good conversations instead of only ever having people that agree about things, because that gets boring.
Yeah, me and Renfeld disagree. Like, we agree on most of the main, really big things, but like, yeah, we have some things we disagree on. I think that'll make the show really fun, because we're gonna bring up things so we can debate them. Like, that's good. And I you know what? Real quick before you go, Renfeld, I want to say that I think that's a major problem with our society today. Is that we think that disagreeing means you can't, like, be friends, or, you know, like, guys, it's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to hang out with people with different opinions. Matter of fact, you cannot get better or learn unless sometimes your ideals are challenged. That's how you grow as a human.
Yeah.
So I think algorithms and things have made that really hard. But
Yeah, with all the confirmation you can get from filtering
yeah.
filtering the thing. It's like people get uncomfortable. They're like, I don't want to watch that because it makes me uncomfortable. Well, that's your prerogative, but it also leads to a worldview where you're never being challenged by things of an opposing point of view. And I always like to come back to the fact that my wife is religious and goes to church on Sundays, and I am not. I am a atheist / agnostic, and we have a very fulfilling relationship. My brother is very religious, and I'm not, and we have a very fulfilling relationship. And if you're just willing to be friends with people, regardless of their point of view, I think you'll find that the world is a much richer place than you think it is. But you have to be willing to make that step. And so I'm appreciative that we have a good group of people who are willing to do that, and that Nathan and I can be friends and still have great conversations around things, even though we're of different, not always, sometimes we are on the same page but slightly different point of view, and other things we're politically opposite on. So it's going to be a fun show. Tomorrow's the inaugural episode, so.
Yep, brand new MMO show. It can be listened to like a podcast if you're on the road. Or it can be watched because we are going to be fishing while we're doing that.
We're fishing.
So that's kind of the hook. That's
That is the hook. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And it is called Catch of the Day, with each catch of the day being the subject matter for the day. So we look forward to seeing y'all tune in. And that's over at the Weave and Void Twitch channel, which is where we're also doing our tabletop stuff on Sunday nights. Everything related to the Weave and the Void. So check it out.
And because it's conversational, you guys coming and chatting is key to the conversation we'll have, because obviously you'll be influencing the conversation by chatting.
Possibly
so,
Sticks. I'm not sure.
It's on Twitch,
I'll know
Weave
more
and
when I
Void,
get up tonight.
the one that we do our D&D show on Sunday nights, same channel. By supporting that channel, you're also supporting me, Renfell, Sparrow, Bounty, Chris, Joey, his brother. Did I miss anybody?
Skinny.
Skinny. I think that's everybody. Now that's Renfell's actual Twitch, but he has, in a move I've never heard of in my life, decided that everybody involved gets an equal split of any of the income, which is just shows what kind of person he is. So all the bad stuff you hear about him on the internet is obviously not true.
I've never heard that.
I haven't either.
You have not browsed the depths of massively in MMORPG.com.
I just mean it's not like this prevalent thing where it's like constantly bad mouthing you.
It's not. It's not.
No.
I have a handful of trolls who really dislike me, but
Sure.
it's probably in the
Everybody
less
does.
than a dozen. So
I
Everybody
haven't found
does.
my trolls yet, but
Just
that's okay.
wait.
They can
That's-
stay.
Well,
they
here-
can
here's
stay
how
That's a
you-
good milestone. That's a
here's
good
how you know
milestone,
you'll make
to
it
be
when,
honest.
when you've got people spamming your Discord with porn and hate speech. That's how you know
Oh,
you've made it.
No, yeah. Thankfully, I haven't hit that milestone yet.
See, I've had people leave though just because they don't like my opinion, and I don't think I'm too out there.
What
with
if
how
you?
I-
How have you ever offended
Yes.
somebody? You're a Canadian who's for the most part, you're very laid back. Like I cannot see you having
Yes.
Yeah.
an offensive point of view that would cause someone to leave, especially with
Well,
the tickle
when
pickle
Playing a
Sparrow-
game
filters.
like WoW.
Okay, true.
That's not
uh-huh.
fair,
Okay.
though. That's not fair.
Well,
I can see it. I can see it.
Not
Uh,
fair, but it happens.
I'll say this: anytime that Sparrow even believes something that I don't believe, my feelings get hurt because I don't want to have to disagree with her. It hurts my feelings to have to disagree with her. That's how.
It
that's
hurts
how-
me more than it hurts you.
But I'm like, I can't believe it. I don't agree with Sparrow.
Oh my goodness.
Well, on my way out, I would like to remind everyone: don't forget to Star Wars Cassian Andor aired today. The first 3 episodes. If you haven't watched them yet, they're freaking epic. I'm a big Star Wars
Yeah.
fan, so hopefully I get some more feedback from people as you get around to watching that, because it's something new to add to your Rings of Power viewing. I like Star Wars, so I'm always going to geek out when there's new Star Wars stuff. Well, grats on your dings. I'm going to go get a
Thank you.
nap, get my beauty sleep, because the beard don't prettify itself.
I'm gonna continue my quest for our winter spring epic mount.
All right, catch you guys later.
Yeah,
see you,
have a
man.
good one.
I'll see you tonight, everybody, on the stream. I'll be back at 5 tonight. I got one more episode to push out for Andor. I got to watch the 3rd episode, but I got to go to sleep. I'm tired.